And welcome back to Body Beautiful. I'm Janelle Marie. We are in the Walnut Creek office of plastic surgeon Dr. Joseph Mealy talking about all kinds of procedures. Up next, we have got the most popular, well, I think it's the most popular, liposuction, right, doctor?
Always very popular.
I figured. And who's a good candidate for liposuction?
So liposuction is unique. It's different than weight loss in that you can choose where the fat is going to leave. So it's good for someone who's close to their ideal weight but has these stubborn areas that won't go away. If we can just use liposuction, we can target those areas and remove them directly.
And let's go to the pictures because before and afters are always popular. First picture, what's going on?
And this is a good example. So this is someone in really good shape, but just has this little bit of extra pooch at the belly and the hips that won't go away. In order for her to lose weight, she would look emaciated in her face. So it wouldn't really be a great idea. I mean, she's at a healthy weight. So what I've done is liposuction of the abdomen, went around to the flanks, and kind of smoothed everything out. And really, I'm just revealing her shape.
And the scars on this one probably minimal?
Scars are just a few millimeters. They're usually down within the panty line, so they're hidden. And they usually heal quite well. In fact, we use ports. So when we're doing liposuction, we'll put a little port in the incision, liposuction through that, so we're not even rubbing on the skin. Put it right together. It heals in a couple weeks.
Fantastic. So the recovery not too bad on that one for sure, huh?
Recovery is like muscle ache. So it's like doing a workout, get the results of a workout without doing a workout.
I love it. Picture number 2 looks a little more intrusive. What's going on here?
So a lot more going on here. You can see there's a lot of loose skin, very crepey, uneven. This would be a poor candidate for just liposuction because if we do liposuction in this case, they'll end up with more of those folds and more of the skin sort of collapsing on itself.
Gotcha.
And even ultrasound, laser, none of those will do enough to shrink the skin. So the right answer in this case was to do a tummy tuck.
So liposuction and tummy tuck for the after there.
So you can see on the sides, the back, the flanks, we use liposuction to make everything look good all the way around. And the front, it's the tummy tuck that tightens the skin, tightens the muscle. And the belly button's still hers. We just changed its neighbors. We brought all that skin above it down.
Move the location a little bit, huh?
Well, we leave it where it is. It's just the skin around it has changed.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks wonderful. The after picture is so good. And that brings me to an email. Roberta from San Francisco, as we go to the next picture, doctor.
Sure.
Does liposuction tighten skin? Roberta wanted to know that. Does it?
It does a little bit if the skin has the ability to tighten. So it's more like if you have something that's stretched and when you release it, it's going to recoil on its own. That's kind of what the skin does. We don't have anything that really changes someone who's not a great candidate for liposuction into a great candidate, nothing that'll shrink the skin that much.
Someday.
But we do other surgeries. That's why we do resections for like tummies and arms and the face where things get loose. We can tighten it and get it that way.
And the third picture?
So this is a gentleman who came in with complaints of fullness in his chest. Even with clothes on, he was embarrassed. He had to wear loose clothes. He always wore a pattern. And what we've done is a combination of liposuction and direct removal of the glandular tissue beneath the nipple in order to smooth out that contour and give him a masculine chest.
That is an amazing recovery. So you didn't have to move the nipples or anything?
So no, I've just snuck in right under the nipple. The incision is about 4 to 8 o'clock underneath the nipple, and there's a small incision in the armpit that I use to access the liposuction.
Fantastic.
It heals very quickly.
Do a lot of men come in for that? Because that's probably a big problem that a lot of men don't want to come in for.
It is a very common procedure. The folks, actually most men during puberty get a little bit of a bud anyway, but there are about half of them where it doesn't go away. And when it doesn't go away, especially in this case where it's not even hidden under clothes, then I'll see them and hopefully get to take care of them and make them better.
All right, next picture.
So this is a woman who came in with complaints of her thighs rubbing, and it just felt like it was disproportionate, the upper part. She's very thin, very slight frame. So what I've done is just kind of make her thighs and legs match the rest of her body.
Wow, so that was pretty easy, huh? Quick, no scars? I mean, not a lot going on there?
It's quick, easy, but probably one of the more challenging areas because the inner thigh has more trouble with circulation and it shows every little bump. So you have to be very careful. In these cases, often I'll use very small cannulas, do what they call micro liposuction, just use very small cannulas, take out a little bit at a time to keep it smooth.
And the last picture, finally, it looks like some back fat.
So this is
one?
back, yeah. So back skin, very, very thick, which makes it hard to make wrinkles and folds, but it's also hard to get rid of those folds because some of it is due to the skin. So in this case, I remove the fat that's in that bra line fold and the fat that's above the pant line, that muffin top, and then the skin has to cooperate, it has to recoil.
How much fat can you take out?
The maximum we remove at one time is 5 liters, about 11 pounds.
Yeah, we're going to talk next about Brazilian butt lift, so we'll talk about where the fat goes after that. But
we can recycle it.
Yeah, you recycle it, right?
Yes.
And so you can use that for a lot of things. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. I think our time's up, so we do have to run along. But amazing before and after. If you want to see any more before and after pictures, you're going to go to the websites. I'll give you that in a minute. But any more information, give the doctor a call at 925-943-6353. Or like I said, go to the websites, drmealy.com, sanfranciscobreast.com. We'll be right back on Body Beautiful.